Question from Daryl in Manassas writes in, WWE fan, what's next for CM Punk? The guy has lost to The Undertaker. He's lost to The Rock. Where to from here?
It's interesting for me because 400, I forget the exact amount, 430, 440 days he was champ. I don't think I ever saw him lose once during that time. Then he loses to The Rock. He loses to The Rock again. Then he loses to Kane on Monday Night Raw when Paul Bearer first passed. Then he loses to Undertaker at WrestleMania. I mean, it's like the guy can't win a match. He's almost like Ryback. He can't win a big match now. The rumors I've heard, and the rumors I heard were from you, are that his knees are a little messed up, a little banged up.
Right.
And so he walked out on Raw, and we may not see him again until sometime around SummerSlam.
Yeah, he's going to be gone for a good chunk of time. He needs to rest up and kind of refresh. And it's always good when you're a top-tier guy like that. Even Punk, even a guy like John Cena, you walk away for a few months, you come back, and you're over even bigger than you ever have been.
Oh, he'll get a huge pop when he comes back. And I was interesting to me because normally after WrestleMania, we don't see The Undertaker for like a year. We won't see Triple H until SummerSlam. Brock Lesnar, he just signed a 2-year contract, so I wasn't surprised he was back. But I was like, these guys are still hanging around. I wonder why that is. Since CM Punk is going to be gone, somebody else has to step up and be in the limelight, not just John Cena.
Kind of makes me wonder if they won't be around for, well, shoot. I mean, if he's not coming back till SummerSlam, they could be around all summer.
I would love it. I would love to see these guys in action more often.
Jacob in Ashburn writes, so I read where a couple of players at the Combine literally covered their hotel room in number 1 and number 2, quote unquote. How will this impact their draft status?
Oh, wow. Okay.
Number 1 and number 2.
That's very interesting. Will it impact their draft status? They're not going to drop I don't know where these guys are projected to go. They're not going to drop a round. They're not going to drop from the top of the round to the bottom of the round, whether it's second round or third round, wherever they're projected to go. They might drop a few picks, though. Like, if the Redskins are thinking about drafting these guys and they're neck and neck with another football player and the Redskins hear about this, it might be enough to nudge the guy they were neck and neck with above them and bump them back maybe 5 to 6 picks, maybe 10 picks at the most. I don't think it's going to be a big deal, but if you're neck and neck with somebody, something like this could bump you down just a few picks.
That's just immature. Like, I wouldn't do that at the Combine knowing that there's a lot riding on your performance, both on the field and, in this case, off.
I think it's one of those things where it's like, oh, all that matters is the interviews. All that matters is how I test on the field, run the 40-225 bench. Nobody cares. It's just the maids have to deal with this. Not true, my friends.
Yeah. All right. Sarah in Rockville writes, excuse me for noticing, but isn't Dolph Ziggler the new world champion? How in the world can he lose a week after getting the belt?
This is cracking me up because he does the job at WrestleMania in the tag team match versus Team Hell No. Him and Biggie Langston. Ziggler is the one that gets pinned. He's the one that loses.
Yep.
So he does the job. The next night he comes out, cashes in Money in the Bank, which I predicted. Pat on my back. Wins the WWE, the World Heavyweight Championship.
There you
I
go.
apologize.
There you go.
But then a week later he does the job again, and it's not like he lost to The Rock. It's not like Stone Cold came back and challenged him. He lost to Jack Swagger. He does the job to Jack Swagger. It bothers me that they make the Intercontinental Championship, the U.S. Championship. They don't make them very prestigious because those champions lose all the time. Now, all of a sudden, the World Heavyweight Champion is going to lose all the time. It just doesn't make any sense.
Well, it wasn't just that he lost. He lost with a roll-up, more or less. He hit the rope and then was rolled up 1, 2, 3. Horrible, horrible finish, but we're short on time. We could debate that one all day. Last question. Tim in La Plata, 3-4 or 4-3? You've played them both. Which scheme is better?
It's interesting. I don't know that anybody's ever actually played all 4 positions in a 4-3 scheme, right end, left end, 3 technique nose, and also right end, left end, and a nose guard in the 3-4, which I've done. It's 3-4, and we can go in depth maybe in a future show as to why. But to me, it's because you can disguise what you're doing so much more. In a 4-3, you've got a tilt. The offense can kind of see what you're doing. In the 3-4, you can come from anywhere at any point, and there's such a disguise it's really hard to read for the quarterback.
Well, if you ever have a question, be sure to tweet us at Fourth and Pain using the hashtag AskAdam, or you can tweet him directly at Adam Carriker 94, me at the Chuck Carroll, or call our brand new Fourth and Pain Ask Adam hotline, 703-537-5098.
I like that, the Ask Adam hotline. I feel so important now.
That's the bomb.
It's like people know me.
Dude, I'm telling you.
I don't know if you've heard, but I'm a big deal.
We have stepped right into the 1990s. We've got voicemail.
My apartment smells of rich mahogany. I love you, Ron Burgundy. Can't wait for part 2 to come out pretty soon.